Welcome to Books, Dreams, and Financial Things, where we talk about marriage, blending our family, finances, and our dreams. We hope while sharing our journey, you can relate and learn with us and from us.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. Very excited to be doing a podcast with my brother. It's always hard to sort of kind of connect with him. First of all, I live all the way in Escondido. He's still, now he's in El Cajon City.
El Cajon City.
Right. So, I just wanted to sort of kind of just talk about our life. We can briefly talk about childhood all the way on up to adulthood and what's going on now. And it's special to me because, we have two brothers and two sisters. I'm dead in the middle, and he's the youngest for the most part. But as kids, whenever, we sort of kind of travel, we would go from my mom, whenever my mom would try and do good, my grandmother would always send me and my younger brother, and we would stay with my mom. And then, eventually she'll probably mess up when we were younger, and then we'll go back and stay with my grandmother. So we've always been sort of kind of close in that aspect.
Yeah.
And, we talk about our childhood, but we never really talk about our childhood, right? Yeah. And so, we always, obviously we talk about, a lot of the mishaps that we had and so forth, but we never really talk about what actually happened. I don't know if you remember living with mom the last time living with mom, because you were about...
Now, I remember maybe 3, 4 years old, maybe two,
three, yeah.
And I was there, and I just remember being in the house all day, and then you would go to school and shit, and oh my bad, I talk like that, man. That's just me, man. I say street niggas, nah, I'm joking. But you would go to school, and then you would come home, and I kind of just remember just when you would come home, bringing chocolate milks and shit like that, little stuff, just to look out, and then mom just be sleep on the couch all day, you know, maybe high. Now that I'm older, I know she was probably her own one, but shit, at the time I just would just be in the house just all day, just doing whatever I'm doing, and then shit, waiting for you to come home. I kind of remember slightly, not too much of a detail exactly, daily shit, but
See, and this is the reality. I specifically remember one morning, maybe 3 times in a row, where I would get up, make myself a bowl of cereal, make you a bowl of cereal, leave. Mom wasn't there. You was 2 or 3 years old, bro. And I would go to school and come back and basically put you in front of the TV. It'd be Sesame Street on. Yeah. I still remember that. And you would just sit in front of the TV, and I would give you a bowl of cereal, and that was it, bro. Come back, and mom wasn't even there, and I don't even know how you survived. But I remember thinking to myself as I got older, when I was 8 or 9, that's when I knew. I was like, all right, this guy's smart. My little bro's smart. Yeah. Just from little nuances and stuff that I taught you, I always tell you that. Yeah. Whenever I taught this guy how to do a backflip, he would be able to do it with no hands. Everything I taught him, he would always master and be better at me at it initially. And so I always knew that. But as kids, I don't know if you knew, but at 2 years old, there was at least 3 or 4 times where I remember leaving the house, mom not being there, and you was 2 by yourself. I'd leave you with some food, and that's it.
Right. It's just that time, it was like the drug for our parents. Drugs was that. So, I think our generation just growing up anyway. I think it's just we have the best of both worlds.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We have it to where our parents had to work hard for everything. Nowadays, kids just get everything now. Computer, everything right now. Right. So it's we got the best. We hard work. We learned, we had to do it, figure it out ourselves, getting, actually physically do things. Right. And then toward getting a little older, this computer epidemic came, and it's okay, boom, everything you doing, everything going on, we learning that too. So it's in between both. But I remember growing up, you already know, when I went to school, I was maybe it was from them times that made me a little smarter. Right. You get what I mean? Because you remember I took a little gate program test, and they had me in the newspaper and all that because I tested so high. But I would say it was from probably learning how to do everything myself, in a sense, or learning through you. Right. No parents, nobody to see, or you didn't really see that. It was more or less, we think something we want to do. Right. I can ask you about it, or I could try it myself. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's probably what it was. It probably is.
Yeah, and it's just the timing, because the reality is, obviously the last time we stayed with mom, we moved from mom. I don't know if you remember going to Polinsky. Right?
Yeah, we weren't there that long, though. But we were there.
It was 2 days, 3 days. Yep. They let us pick a toy. I got a monkey, stuffed monkey, and you got a bear or something. Yeah. But and that was the last time we went back to live with mom. That was the last time, and I made the decision. You were crying,
Right.
and I was like, yeah, I'll just stay with my grandma. And so I remember going there, and the reality is, like you stated, during that time span, in the 80s, crack cocaine hit. So that was really big. I mean, me being born in 81, you were born in 85.
Yep.
If you remember, 90% of our friends on our block were all raised by who?
Grandmas.
Grandmas.
Yeah, that's what was going on.
And all of them were all hooked. All the parents got
same reason why they
swept up in that.
Yep,
Whether it
thing.
was doing the drugs or selling the
Selling
drugs,
them.
they got caught up in that
Yeah, 'cause you
pandemic.
could be addicted to the lifestyle.
Right.
You know what I mean? People addicted to the drugs or addicted to the lifestyle. This shit's
Right.
very addictive.
Right. So, and that's the reality. And so, obviously, when he talks about being smart, obviously, he's saying he learned, and obviously he learned. But I mean, this guy, he has what we would consider a photographic memory. He's very smart. He just catches on to stuff. And supposedly, our father was super smart. Every
Yeah,
time we talk
everybody
about
says
stuff,
that. Yeah, they do say
and
that.
you are splitting the image of him.
Right.
Right. So, moving on. My senior year at Horizon. Senior year at Horizon.
8th grade for me.
8th grade for you. No?
Yeah, I was.
No, I was a fifth year senior.
Okay, you was a 5th year, so I was
Right.
okay. 9th grade.
Ninth grade year.
Ninth
This is why I'm going with
Right,
this. This is the
ninth
reason why
grade.
I said that. Yeah, you were supposed to.
Yeah,
you would have
it
been in
would've
the
been
eighth
grade, yeah.
but I ended up repeating. Now, for those of you who don't know, I repeated. I mean, in the 9th grade, I went to Morris High School. Felt everything but math. Then we went to San Diego Academy. And me and my younger sister
I
went
didn't go
there.
there though.
10th grade, I failed everything. So then 11th grade, I went to Horizon, and that's when my life changed. I finally got good grades. I finally got around stuff. But fast forwarding to my senior year. Now, senior year, I was ASB president, captain of the football team. Now, yes, I was a 5th year senior. And so a lot of that I didn't really take serious because I always felt bad because it was my 5th year. But my senior year, basically I had 9th grade English, 10th grade English, and 12th grade English. And you had 9th grade English at the time.
Yeah.
And this is when I knew. I mean, we didn't have the same class. They probably purposely kept us out
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
same class. I'm not sure. But we had a test. I'll never forget. And, you have those, what are they called? The book notes where it helps you read the stuff really quick.
Yep.
And I remember, asking you like, hey, how did you do on that test? And he was like, I don't know. I don't really remember. I just sort of kind of scanned through this book.
That's how I always been through school though. I always
and
been
you
able to do that.
passed, and you end up getting like a B in the class.
Yeah.
And and on that test, and I got like a C or something. Mind you, I had all the dang classes that I was taking.
A little hard for you. You know
But
what
I
I'm saying?
remember just asking you because, at home, for the most part, I mean, I was playing football. You were playing football, but you were playing JV. So was our schedules even the same? How was you getting home? I don't even remember.
What I was remember, I was riding home with what was his name? Dang, somebody on the team. That's what it
Okay.
was. They would give me rides sometimes, but then sometimes I would wait for y'all practice
right,
and
and
ride
come
with
on
y'all.
us.
You know what I
Right.
mean? It was same difference. But see, the thing about it is you got to remember, I don't know. All through life, I've never had to study too much.
Right.
Honestly,
Right.
I've just been lucky like that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But yeah.
And
So-
it's a photographic memory. So right before class, I remember asking you, like, dude, did you read the book? Because, of course, I barely did homework as well,
Right.
but I would try and do as much as I can. I just was trying to pass the
Right,
classes.
right.
And you was like, nah. And then this is the first time I knew you had photographic memory. I was like, well, you got the cliff notes. Like, how you do it? He was like, I don't know, man. I just sort of kind of put my hand across like
Right,
this.
Exactly.
And,
No,
and
it's
I
so
remember
funny.
everything.
You know what I used to do with books and stuff? I would start from the back.
Yeah?
That's what's so funny about it. I would
Yeah.
look at the back of the book. I would read the last page.
Uh-huh.
Boom, read through. Then go to the middle, read through. And then I would think to myself, like, what makes sense to come from there
Right.
to there? So I would just skim. And I could skim through about 2 or 3 paragraphs.
Right.
My comprehension was up.
Right.
That's what it was. I had a
Right.
high comprehension. Like, I could understand and figure shit out real fast.
That was
So,
the thing.
That's what it was. So during school, no joke. I remember a couple times. Only thing I would have problem with is homework because I
Yeah.
wouldn't do my homework.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
So but when it came to tests or if it comes to anything like that, it was like bam. All I gotta do is go grab it real quick before I'm about to do it.
Right.
Boom, 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 boom. Highlights. I could get in there. And I
Right.
could at least get a B
Right.
to a C plus.
Right.
Period. Now,
Right.
honestly, that's
Right,
what
and
it's
that was
been.
non-trying. And
Yeah.
see, and that's the thing. That's when I knew that because I remember you did that, and then I asked you a question about the paragraph, and you knew it, and you looked over that paragraph in less than like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you could tell me anything from it. He was like, "Yeah, ask me, did it?" And I was like, "Dang, this dude's really smart." But you know, you just don't notice it because obviously as kids, your butt was fighting every day.
I wasn't one of
You was always into stuff. So I
trouble.
never. I mean, I remember the Gates programs and all of that.
Yeah.
And there was lightly. I remember thinking like, oh, did he cheat on that? Like I was thinking like, did he cheat on that test? Did he really know how to do it? But mind you, I wasn't in there.
Right.
So, and I just knew you outside of school, you didn't do homework. None of us did homework because we weren't really forced to do it at home.
Yeah.
And so, you know, we had those tests. We took the test. I scored where I was supposed to, and you scored way above.
Yeah, because I remember when they did it. This is how crazy it is. I remember I did the first test. Bam. Then they, I guess they thought I cheated.
Right.
Honestly. And they remember, and they called grandma.
Right.
And they're like, that's what it was.
That's what it was.
They said I was 3 points away from genius.
Right.
In first grade.
Right.
And they said, he couldn't have did it, so we're gonna do this again. We're gonna do this test again.
Right.
They took me to a different spot
Right.
and did the test, and I tested the same.
Right.
So then that's when it's like, oh, well, we're gonna put them in this program.
Right.
And that's when I started going to Holmes Elementary, going to school in
Right.
Claremont. And
Right.
I remember I went to that little
Right.
program. They put me in this program where it was like gang of smart people, but
Right.
the classes were a lot smaller.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I kid you not, man, I got in there and I was feeling like I didn't know what I was. You know, so many people were so smart
Right.
that you would sit and they would know about stars and astronomy.
Right.
And this is like fucking
Astronomy,
fourth,
right.
yeah, like fourth grade, and they
Right.
knew everything there is. And me
Right.
coming from where I was coming from,
Right.
all I knew about is street stuff. And
Right.
I'm quick at figuring stuff out.
Right,
You know, I
right.
never put no study, no work, no nothing.
Right,
So I
behind
didn't
it.
know
Right,
these things.
right.
But when I got there, that's how I started figuring out I'm a little smart too, because I started meeting the teachers, and then the teachers would, sit down and have these one-on-ones. We would have these. You go over every month. They'll go over what you did this month.
Evaluations. Right.
So I would do those, man. And every month it was just like, man, you're getting better and better. The more and more we teach you, everything we teach you, you
retain it.
You
Right.
getting it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I end up going in. I remember I got for the first time, 5th grade, all E's. That's when it was all E's, and they had the E's
Excellence.
and the G's.
Right.
All excellence. I'm just like, okay, that's cool. So then middle school came. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Let's go 6th grade. That's when we start getting A's and B's.
Right.
So then I remember I wanted to go to O'Farrell so bad just because everybody went to
Right.
O'Farrell. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to go, boy. Everybody in the neighborhood go to O'Farrell, man. I can't go. They like, no,
Right.
you're going to Croc Middle School,
Right.
Claremont. We're going to send you
Right.
there. That goes from that store. You could go to the same program you in.
Right.
I'm like, all right, fuck it. I go there. Man, that's when I'm like, all right. I'm playing Pop Warner football, you
Right.
know, like I'm getting into my like things that I actually wanted to do as a kid.
Right.
Were actually because of when
Right.
Casey was kind of
Right.
kicking in,
Right.
and things start going good. So I remember I used to go and then they homework. They always be like, oh, well, you got a problem with homework, but man, you're still getting B's on your test.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're getting
Right.
B's on your test. You're getting this on this and everything we get. So it was kind of like I kind of learned through school how to make my presence known to the teacher.
Right.
Once I could go in the classroom and talk to a teacher,
Right.
and they start talking to me and see that, okay, this
Right.
dude, he speaks well.
Right.
He actually retained his stuff.
Smart.
I got a lot more leeway because then with the homework, I would just say, I wasn't gonna lie, I was smart enough to lie and say,
Right.
like, oh,
That's
I got
what I was
problems at the
saying.
house.
That's where the finessing
You
started.
feel me? Oh, I got problems at the house. My brother, we didn't have none of them problems, man. I just
Right.
didn't want to do the work. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Oh man, it was hard, it was this or I say anything. They knew I
Right.
was in foster care. But
Right.
They didn't know
the
the
extent of
extent. I'm with my grandma, I'm with my brothers and sisters. We are foster care,
Right.
but it's not as bad as
Right.
some can be.
Right.
You get what I mean?
Right.
But yeah.
Okay. So then you transitioning from that. So we didn't really touch about grade school, which is 1st through 5th grade.
yeah, well-
This dude, there was a year where he got sent home almost every single day for fighting.
Yeah, that was 2nd grade,
And why?
man.
Yeah, 2nd grade. Why were you fighting so much at that time span? Was
Honestly,
people messing with you, or was it just you had a
I'ma
chip
keep
on your
it-
shoulder? or-
No. I'm keeping it real. It's because you used to kick my ass at home. I
Right.
felt like I had no control at the house, man.
Right.
You would aggravate me so
Right,
bad
right.
that when I got to school, anybody, you can't do this. He could do it to
Right.
me, he can't. So boom, you say something to me, we going down right now.
Right.
I'm gonna keep it real. That's what it was.
Okay.
You know how you used to do it, boy. You used to
Right.
lean on me and tap my nose. Like you didn't beat me up, like brutally beat me, but you would aggravate me to
Right.
the extent of
Extent.
crying.
Right,
I couldn't,
right.
pin my arms down.
Right.
Tap my nose to the point of like, I can't get up, I can't move. So that would irk me so much that I would go to school and then anything would set me off. You know, I had
Right,
it. Honestly,
right.
that's what it was. I was like that. And
Okay.
I just was mad about it wasn't even mad. It was more or less I felt like I'm in control here. I'm not in control. I had all y'all married.
Right.
I'm the youngest.
Right,
You're the only person. And that's not even lying. Richard was stronger than him, so
Right.
I couldn't bully him. You know what I'm saying? Me and him would get a fight. He'd choke me out. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it was like, okay, what can I do? Okay, I get to school. Next nigga say something to me. I'm punching him in the face. Let me just try this out. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't right. I was a kid. I was what 9, 8, 7 years old. But at the same time, that's my mentality was. You know what I mean? Like, okay, well, shit. I could punch this nigga in the face, shit. Or I'm gonna do what Jermaine did. I'm gonna hold him back and just hold him down and see if it works for a little while. You know, just I looked up to you a lot, honestly, growing up. You know, even though you aggravated and did what you did, but, I really looked up to you. So it was like, okay, I thought you were cool. I thought these things that you were doing were cool. You know what I'm saying? So you did something fucked up to me, but it wasn't fucked up. Let me stop saying fucked up. You would aggravate me. Because fucked up would be leave me in the cold. You've always protected me as a human. You know what I'm saying? Like, kind of like a dad toward me. But
I had my flaws.
You had your flaws. You was a little aggravator. You know what I'm saying? You had jokes. And you would call me Blackie Black. And this, that, and that. And that bothered me just because of how important you were to me in my eyes. That's why it bothered me so much. So, it just took me a time to realize, okay, that's because I still do it too. Like now, I got my girlfriend and her son. I don't have any kids, but my girlfriend's son. I tell you, that's my right hand man. I fuck with him all day. But now I find myself doing the same stuff. You get what I mean? just cracking jokes on them and aggravating them, not to the extreme of crying, but just that's my playful nature. That's what I've learned growing up with you. And now that I know, okay, I was just like kind of like a white boy saying nigga. It's a term in endearment. He's not trying to get at your life, but it's, hey, I like you. We cool. We talk shit. We clown.
And it comes to, it just goes to, not knowing how to necessarily connect. Like on the love or like brother.
We have a detachment.
And so that was just the way that I knew how to do it. And so, so then we fast forward. Casey Family Program.
Man, changed everything.
Changed our whole dynamic, right? So for those of you who don't know, Casey Family Program was funded by a very wealthy family who I believe they were foster kids. And when he died, he left his money to foster kids. So basically it's a program that we were the first family in San Diego to actually be part of the Casey Family Program. We had Jeff Freeler as our social worker, but this program was pretty cool because it pretty much let us go to private schools. They paid for us to private schools. They paid for money for school. Pop Warner, clothes, a lot of stuff. And it helped out. My grandmother raising 7 kids at the time, and I think it was 4 of us that actually was in the Casey Family Program. Okay, and so then obviously we're talking about Casey Family, and you brought up who?
Bert.
There
was a lady, Bert. I remember after I started getting in middle school a little bit, and then they started turning us. No, it wasn't even middle school, maybe 6th grade. Because remember, first they was getting us tutors. And remember that dude used to come with the Nintendo 64? He used to have the braids, the things. He used to come all the way. He would tutor us first and then let us play the Nintendo 64 after.
Right.
Do you remember that?
Lightly.
It was more me and Richard.
Right. I remember him lightly.
Yeah, he would come and then, you know what I'm saying? But what happened was he couldn't teach me no more. He couldn't, the stuff and, the stuff he was going, he just was like, I don't know, like, I need somebody else. They got Bert to come, the lady. So she started coming. Bam.
Bert wasn't the one who signed me up for football.
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking
one.
About Angel or somebody at the place. You remember at Casey, that lady used to always hug everyone. Was real.
That was
now
weird
Well, now I understand.
Right.
She was an earthy one of them centric type.
She was weird
meditating type people.
I didn't know anybody that hugged that damn much in my life.
But okay, Bert. Yeah, she the one who made sure I got Pop Warner.
Everything. That's the lady that really changed. She changed my perspective of seeing life.
She lived it by the beach. Right.
Beach. That's the first time I ever been. Like really in. She had a house on the beach, and she would do extra. That she didn't get paid for. And
she really cared.
Yeah, she cared. And that's what changed my perspective on caring about people as far as does it have to be your family for you to actually love. Because I did have a dark, like, if you're not my family, I could do anything to you. That's how I felt for a long time. Anything, nigga, that's why I was like that, so reckless with people. You ain't my family, it can happen to you. That's how my mind was. I ain't got to savor nothing for nobody that ain't my family. You get what I mean? You know me, I was a thief then. So yeah, I just, nigga, I steal from all my friends' houses. Not that, I was young. And honestly, it was because I didn't have as much as I thought I needed, but I did have what I needed. I just wanted more.
All right, so thinking about our childhood, what's something that stood out, like a situation, an event, something funny, something that was serious that you remember?
The funniest thing, man. The funniest thing that day when I took your clothes to church. Remember you chased me?
My clothes.
Okay. Remember
when I saw you in Tony's car?
Yes. But you don't know how many times I've jacked you before.
Right. Of course not.
So I just remember, bam, and I kept on saying, we ended up being late that day. Usually we get there before you.
Right.
I'm running this. I've been running this for school.
Right.
I've been running this for church.
Right.
Every time I'm rocking your stuff. That's
Right.
when baggy clothes is it.
Right.
You were the perfect size to have
Right.
my clothes just
Right.
baggy enough.
Right.
So I just remember, man, I'm getting in the car and I'm at church. And in my brain, I've always been the type like timing.
Right.
Since I've been a kid, I'm always like, damn, I gotta be on time. I just gotta be on time.
Right.
So time goes, boom. You know, I was playing the drums and they had we had extended, I think, practice or something at
Right.
the church, whatever the case may be. I'm like, damn, I looked at the clock. I said, oh, Jermaine gonna be home. I just knew it in the car, homie. I'm dreading it. Oh my God, I'm gonna be home. He's gonna be home, homie. He's gonna mess me up.
Right,
I don't know why this is so like such a highlight in my head.
Yeah.
Get out the car, boy. You must attack me, boy. I was trying to skirt up out of here. I don't know. Then you end up ripping the shirt. Remember, because you got hold of it, you yanked it, and I yanked out of it. You ripped it. I was like, oh, I just remember that day. Or know what else? When you spray paint the shoes. Gold. This dude, and I didn't get in trouble, but that's how much, but see, now I think about it, that's how much you, knew, took from me, because you got the spray can. You sprayed one of your shoes. And I said, I want my shoes sprayed too, remember?
Right.
You was like, all right. And then you sprayed one of mine and ran out of spray.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So then you got in trouble,
Right.
and grandma made you wear the shoes to school.
Right. That's funny. Yeah.
Oh,
That sucked.
That was funny, though.
I remember that vividly. I remember that so much.
Grandma just said, he ain't in trouble because he following you.
Right.
Because I wanted my shoe gold because you had your shoe gold.
Right,
And
right.
instead of being like, and I thought about now I think about it, I'm like, yeah, he could have just been like, nah, nigga, and then sprayed his other shoe. You'd have had two
Right.
great gold shoes like you
Right.
wanted. But you just knew how important that was for
Right.
me.
Right.
That you're like, fuck, just go get your shoe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And
And
ran
grandma
out.
went and bought me new shoes. Remember?
Right.
And didn't even buy you none.
Well, that's the thing, though. I always told you, I always felt like she, now I'm older and I get it a little
Right.
more, but I always felt like because I was the middle kid, like I just got the brunt of everything,
Yeah.
But, push kind of shove. I mean, it is what it is. But, okay, so that's funny that's what you remember.
Those are just highlights of
Right.
events that
life.
weren't life changing, but they
Right.
were something that was funny or very monumental in I don't know what it was, but just
Right.
something big for me. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like something I remember that was it was funny, but it was
Right.
serious. But at the time it was serious, but now it's like hilarious. You know?
Right. Okay. And so then, all right, so let's fast forward. So the reality is, so I graduated from high school.
Right.
You didn't go to Horizon that year after I graduated?
No. They
No,
had,
you're the switching.
I talked grandma into letting me go to Lincoln.
Lincoln, okay. And so I end up leaving,
Yeah.
and that's when a lot changed for you.
Man, life got better.
Right.
I hate to
Better?
say it.
Yeah?
It got better. T came
Okay.
home.
Ah.
T came home. T got out of jail. My auntie. And see, I didn't.
You're her favorite.
Yeah, I'm her favorite. So what happened that's when I started getting in a lot of trouble. I ended
Right.
up going to juvenile hall. I remember I'm gonna go to juvenile hall for stealing the cars. I was stealing cars with Carmelo. You were
Okay.
gone, so
Yeah.
you don't even remember how.
I
much
remember some of the stuff, but Grandma wouldn't tell me
because she didn't want y'all to see. You know how grandma is. She don't want nobody to think that she's not doing her job.
Right.
So when stuff bad's happening, nobody's gonna find out.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
She's not gonna unless it's her close friends and she tell on the phone like she
Right.
used to sit up and gossip. But that's
Right.
women shit. Women just gossip. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, I remember because what happened was T comes home. Y'all all leave. It's me and Richard. That's it. So now the house is empty. Grandma's
Doesn't Renard and Paul come?
they
live with you?
moved because that's when the house caught on fire.
Oh, okay.
But that was maybe like 2 months after that.
Oh, okay.
Two
So
months
you-
after I get out of jail.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? The house catches on fire.
Right.
So I go to juvenile hall. I'm stupid. I'm stealing cars. I had a driving problem. I wanted to drive so bad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to drive cars so bad. And then, we live in the Southeast. So shit, I got homies. I got the Mexican homie, Carmelo. He from Encanto Tretes. They go to the lot and they steal bone keys for Honda Civics and Toyota Camrys.
Right.
The bone key, you
Right.
can stick it in there
Right.
at the lot and it'll strip it and you can start the car up and do what you
Right.
want to do, move it or
Right.
whatever the case may be. So we go to the lot where I go with him. This is when I'm smoking heavy. And remember when you lived there, I couldn't smoke weed like I wanted to. I've been smoking weed since like 6th, 7th grade. You get what I mean? But with you, when I see you, give me here, you attack me.
I was like that with friends, everybody. I didn't want nobody smoking.
You embarrass me, and I go home. So I just had to smoke it and anything. But as soon as you left, now shit, I can come home high. You get what I'm saying? I'm smoking ganja, so I'm stealing cars with this dude. We out. He teaching me how to steal them, so we stealing them. So I got a driving problem. I end up getting pulled over by the police. I could tell you that in detail. I go pick up this girl. I'm young. We chill. We smoking. We hanging. Right when I'm about to drop her off. We're driving across the bridge over there on Imperial. Imperial by the, right when you go over the 805 freeway. Right. So we drive over there, police. I didn't know it was so serious. But I've already been pulled over with the homie. I wasn't driving, though. Already in the car that stole it. So they boom, draw the guns down on us, everything. Boom, boom, boom. They get me. I get out. I go to juvenile hall. End up doing what they only get me, because it's my first time, they kind of slapped me on the wrist, end up giving me like 2 weeks time served, and they find out I'm a youth, I'm a foster youth, so now they're giving me all these programs, they're trying to give me a way out, like saying basically don't become a statistic. So end up going to juvenile hall. Mind you, T just comes home. My grandma, I go to juvenile hall, they say we're going to release him today. My grandma tells him no. Keep him. Straight up, keep him. I don't want him. He don't want to listen at home. I can't deal with him. Keep him. So I go back to the thing. About 2 hours later, they're like, we're releasing you. And my auntie comes and get me. T signed me out. That's who signs me out of juvenile hall. So, bam. So from there on, I go home. Grandma says, I can't deal with him. I don't know what you want to do. First, she tried. This is exactly what she's trying to get me to go with Tony. She's trying to Tony like, I'm not in no position to take him. Because remember, I was heavy in the church, still playing drums. So she's just thinking we need to do something. Because I was honestly headed down a wrong path because of the people I were hanging with. I get that part. I actually do. Because half that shit, my problem was they'd tell me, and my brain would I'll come up with a better plan. That was my problem. You get what I'm saying? They tell me what they want to do, I come up with a better plan. Now I'm deep in this shit. So grandma, T gets me. So grandma tells I'm not dealing with him. T tells him, all right, well, give me all his money for the month. Give me everything he has, and I'm gonna take care of everything. That's why I love my auntie. Tells her she might be on drugs right now doing her thing, but that's what she did for me. She changed my outlook on life. She let me be me. Because before that, I had to sneak. I feel like I had to sneak everything because how strictly grandma was. So everything and grandma just seen me as this dude that's smart. That's all I want to show her. You know what I'm saying? I don't want her to see this other side of me that's want to bang and hang with these niggas and do these things that I'm doing. So T kind of she was streetwise. So she kind of knew, give me some leeway. So shit, no joke. I started going to house parties. I'm getting real clothes that I really want. I'm going there because before grandma, she used to always do me and Richard shit. Oh, I got to break up my money from Casey family. Half of my money since I give it to Richard, and I'm getting half the shit. You know what I'm saying? I get why she did it now because it's hard to raise young men. It's a lot of us. It's food. But my grandma, she had her own problems. She had a gambling problem. Honestly, that's the truth.
Okay, so then let's fast forward a little bit. So this is the thing that I always remember too. I mean, obviously gangs, I didn't have to worry about them because of my older brother. Our older brother, he did all of that, and he was sort of kind of feared. People sort of kind of whatever, and they just never really mess with us younger. And so then I come up, and I'm the square. I'm like the good kid for the most part. I mean, I did whatever. Call you Horizon. My friends just call him Horizon. Honestly. And so I was like a good kid, didn't get into much trouble. And then all of a sudden, I graduate, I go stay with my coach, and my life sort of kind of is different. And then you graduate. I remember. So when you were 18, how old was I? 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. All right. So I done went to jail. So I already done got in trouble. I got in trouble for what I got in trouble to. I'm going to explain that. I'll explain that in a whole nother podcast. I get out of jail. I'm staying with Tony. at this time. And you
Just graduate.
just graduated, 18. What happened? How much did
Okay.
you get some dough, right?
Man.
Now, we didn't talk about that story, but basically you were hit by a car when
as
we
a
were
kid.
all
Yeah,
racing.
I was a little kid.
And then he got a settlement,
Yeah.
and you end up getting the money at
yeah,
18.
at 18, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
You end up getting some of them.
Some
access
of them,
to the money.
Grams got me for a lot.
Right.
She got me for a lot. Now I was young and I just wanted the cash in my hand
Right.
at the time, but she got me a couple thousand.
So who outside of grandma, who else did you give money to? Outside of any
Everybody.
family?
Everybody but you.
Yeah.
Every single person in our family. And Mary wouldn't. I tried to. Mary wouldn't take it.
Huh.
Mary told me no. Tony took
Tell
it.
me. Right.
But I wasn't, because you know me, since I've been a kid, I've always had like a good heart for our family. I
Right.
feel like that. I don't know
Right.
how people perceive it, but
Right.
I've always had I've always just wanted to just give you guys some, because you gotta remember, I've been the youngest, so I've always
Right.
just been receiving from you
Right.
guys forever
Right.
and
Right.
ever and ever. Tony, you, Mary, all y'all do is give me stuff. I've never been in a position to give nobody nothing.
Right.
So when I got the money, I wanted to give people stuff. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And honestly, people were like, it didn't take me to look for them.
Right. That was coming
That
to
was
you.
looking for
right.
me.
Right.
Soon as people found out you got a little bread, boom,
That's
Tony
how you-
hit me up. Bam. You know, and then she wasn't like asking me for none at all.
Right.
Don't get me wrong, but
Right.
she checks on me out, you know, and,
Right.
and my brain just clicks. Bing bang, she must want something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And she must hear it. You know,
Right.
Not that she's even asked me. She didn't directly ask me. I just assumed it, and I ended up giving her some money.
So I take it around that time, life's moving so fast for you. You got this money.
Plus,
Let me
you
ask
gotta
you a
remember-
question, because I never called you. One thing about me, I've never been a person to be like, knowing someone got some money and be like, let me have some, whether it's friends or family.
Right.
I always feel like, well, hey, if he feels like he wants to give it to me, he'll give it to me. During that time, because I know you're like 18, your life's going, and I know the way the money was. You had it, but you didn't
Right.
really have it.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, lightweight, I feel like grandma sort of kind of kept us away from each other, because during that time, I had a bank account. I understood a little bit about that stuff.
Right.
And if I would have known your situation, we would have had you. I would have got your money and had you have it completely. And I
Right.
feel like, there was some interference in that, but that's a whole nother story. What were your thought process? Did you ever think like, oh, let me give Jermaine some, or were you mad at me at that time, or
you
what was
were,
the situation?
Okay. You already know how I am. Like, if I'm doing bad shit, I stay away from you.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Because I just know
Right.
how you are. And everybody, I could trick everybody up.
Right.
I could trick people. I'm good at that. I could be this, that, and the third. Just like, people that I was getting high and doing drugs and doing all these goofy things. But nobody knew the difference, because I still come and I got at least sound mind.
Right.
You get what I mean? I can still
Right.
talk about things that make sense.
Right.
But you was like, you already know me. We close, so you already be knowing. So during that time, what it was, remember, I was getting into selling drugs. I just was getting into that type
right.
of lifestyle,
Right.
of trying to change something, but do it for me and do my way. I didn't
right,
want
right,
nobody to
right,
control me. And out of
right.
everybody in my life, you were the one that controlled
Right.
anything that had the most influence on my
Right,
decisions. Let's say
right,
that, because you
right.
didn't control me at all.
Right.
You just influenced my decisions in a way that more than likely I'm gonna do what you say.
Right.
You get what I mean?
Right.
At that time. So it was more or less I was, me and Deontay, that was, that's my ace. So shit, we was going through it together. Like,
Right.
fuck it. I got this bread. You've been my nigga
Right.
all this time. I'm gonna go get this car. Remember, I went and bought
Right.
my own car. Boom,
Right.
I get the car. I'm like, fuck it. I'm going to high school. Because remember, you was talking to that girl that went to Claremont. When I first got to Claremont.
Oh yeah,
That was
you
your
talking about
girlfriend.
Kellen.
Kellen.
Right.
Okay, so that was my junior year.
Right.
You feel me? The next year, I get my senior year, I get the money. So now I'm cool at Claremont now
Right.
a little bit. That's where I graduated. So now I got a car. I done talked Deontay into coming to school. We
Right.
playing football. I'm playing
Right.
quarterback. You know what I'm saying? We were playing. We had a set thing. But nobody knew we were still selling dope. Little bits.
Right.
Like 50 drugs, make
Right.
100. Well, we were
Right.
doing it for the clout. See, we
Right.
weren't doing it because we needed the bread. We were
Right.
doing it because that's
'Cause
what
it
the
was the
homies
things-
was doing.
it was a
So,
cool thing to
shit,
do.
You niggas making money, we want some extra money too.
Right.
We gonna hang out here and get this bread too.
Right.
So I didn't want to let you know that.
Right.
So what it was I was in between doing that, hella smoking weed, because now I got this bread.
Right.
I could, you know what I'm saying? It was just new. Everything was so new to me. So I just didn't want to bring, like I used to think, he gonna bring down my morale.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's gonna bring, but in real actuality, you were just level me off.
Right.
But in my brain, I'm here. I don't want
Right.
to come down here. You get what I'm saying?
Right,
I got
right.
money every day. I'm going to the band. I got girls now. I'm driving in my own whip. I'm fresh clothes. I took
Right.
Deontay, nigga, we went to the mall, nigga, and nigga, I bought him shit. Like,
Right.
that was my nigga. Like,
Right.
we went and had a good time. That's why I didn't hit you. I didn't want to come off my little high horse.
Right.
Man, honest to God. That's the truth.
Okay,
You know?
okay. And I've never really asked you that, and I was just wondering, but not that it bothered me now.
Yeah.
I just because if you would have tried to give me something, I probably wouldn't have took it. Now, if you would have went shopping or something like that, I'd have probably got something, but I wouldn't have took no cash from it.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. Okay, and so life keeps on going. This is the end of part 1. Maybe another time we'll get part 2.
Nah, we're going to get that, because this part.